Anglers Extra.
I'm Aaron Canada alongside John Schiffner on the Manager Show on the Cape Cod Baseball Network. And Schiff, you got the bats going yesterday, but again, another loss, 2-0.
Yeah, bats, man. Okay, we got the bats going yesterday. We need to get them going a little bit more. We really need to have some better at-bats. I mean, we showed 8 hits, but I don't think a lot of those were what guys want to put on their resume. You know, a few bleeders, certainly not too many clutch hits. So, and we had a little discussion after the game that things need to, we just need to work a little bit harder in batting practice. We need to work a little bit on our mental game, our mentally preparing ourselves pitch to pitch to pitch. And we'll go from there. I'm not worried, but, concerned, sure. But they're good players. They're, I told them after the game, I think they're one of the 4 or 5 best teams in the league. And I think things will come around for us.
You observed all of batting practice from behind the batting cage earlier today, and just getting on them pitch by pitch, like you said. What do you try to preach in those particular sessions?
Well, there seems to be a lack of concentration, like it's going through the motions. Let's see if I can hit the ball as far as I can. And, well, that's kind of fun, but, you're not here to do that. You're here to work, and you're here to make better at-bats. So if you're going to have lousy at-bats in batting practice, pretty good chance you're going to have lousy at-bats during the game. So we wanted to make sure they concentrated on what they needed to do.
After the hot start, what can you kind of pinpoint what changed as far as everything dropping off, or was it just something that you can't explain?
Well, I mean, it's somewhat explainable. I mean, you're obviously facing, good pitching, day in and day out, and luck has a lot to do with baseball. You just you have to make your breaks as best you can at the plate, in the field, on the mound, and we've run out a little bit of luck right now. And I told them again before the game, they're a little bit snake bitten. There's some balls that have been hit on the nose right at somebody, or like I can't remember what night it was. I think somebody lined one off the pitcher's leg and it goes to the shortstop or the second baseman, and it turns into a 1-6-3 or a 1-4-3 when it could have been a base hit up the middle. And we have to take that in consideration. So, you got to play through that. That's why you play so many games in baseball. I think I've said it before. Football, you have to wait a week to atone for your mistakes. Where in baseball, it's next night. So, we're all right. I mean, there's certainly no panic. The guys, they're a great group of guys. They do work hard, but we felt it was necessary to kind of make sure they got focused in batting practice. That's what we're expecting them to do.
It does seem like, for the most part, I mean, you've got, some of the better hitters in all of collegiate baseball. That's why they're here on the Cape. And, they get good swings. The hands are working well. They make constant contact right on the sweet spot if they can. It's just, in the game time, you're right. It just seems like everything's going the wrong way right now.
Not everything. Again, like I said, a little snake bitten. A couple of those balls go either way. In some of those games that we've lost by 1 run or 2 runs, or maybe it's a tie ball game or something happen. It's and then again, you get the inevitable bad mistake. We made a couple base running errors yesterday, which certainly didn't help matters. We don't know if those runs were going to score or not. You can't take that into account that they will, but you can't put yourself in that position by giving away runs like that or giving away bases like that. And again, this is the Cape League. It is a pitching-dominated league. So, if you give away 2 runs, then, we should be playing that game still right now. It should be 0-0. We handed them runs by making, either a physical error or mental errors on the bases. So, then again, that they have to realize that this is the type of competition they're facing night in and night out.
Now, looking off to our left, it's something we've been dreading all day. We see the fog kind of rolling in here. Do you have a prediction?
It's so tough to predict. If I had a little bit more time, I didn't really check the charts today. I was out in the boat today. By the way, I caught my first 33-inch striper of the year. Outstanding. Big sucker. About 12-pounder. She was beautiful. Thank you all. It was fun. I caught it on top water, which I love to catch on top water. Okay, back to baseball. I think we're going to see fog, and the other factors that come into play is, I don't want to sound like a meteorologist, but it's wind direction, it's the tide, it's the ground temperature, because as the ground cools off, the fog sits. How hard is the wind blowing? And the wind looks like it's swinging around right now. So if the wind swings around from the east, it could blow the fog out. But if it stays, it looks like it's kind of wavering between southeast. Well, then we might have some trouble. And that's right now. If that swings, now we're looking at that flag right now. That flag's blowing dead out to center field. If it continues like that, we're probably going to see fog. But if that swings and starts blowing out to left field, it'll blow the fog out of here. But I did not see the tonight's forecast of which way the wind's going. So I think we're going to see fog, though.
And if the fog does roll in, it also depends on, or at least the fate of the game depends on the experience in the Cape League of the particular umpires that are calling the game. If it, rolls in rather thick and they don't think that it's going to drop out, but you think it does, I mean, it's up to them.
It's such a difficult call because with rain, I think most people know what a puddle looks like. Okay, that field's too wet to play on. We can't play any longer. But one umpire comes in and says the fog is fine. Another umpire comes in and says, no, you can play through it. And and unfortunately, that's, you don't know. And I've seen different umpires have different interpretations from different times. One guy tried to tell me it was different fog, and I'm going, okay, fine, it's different fog, but no, that's fog. I don't know. Well, hopefully it'll blow out of here, so we don't have to worry about it.
And we'll see what happens. It's the Manager's Show with John Schiffner. I'm Aaron Canada on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
Go Anglers!